5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two white Muslims.
Go.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
My name's Junaid Rahim,
And my name's Mohammed Yusuf Bashforth.
and affectionately we're known as...
The Two White Muslims. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh. Are you
Sorry,
still coughing?
I'm just coughing away a little bit of toast there, I think. It's not like us to go to an effort this morning, but we've had toast.
Whoa. I feel almost human again. I say almost. It's never fully there for me.
Oh, my goodness.
That's on account of the fact that I wasn't born. I was beamed down.
There was no star meandering across the sky. Nope, just beamed down.
No, just beamed.
Beamed.
From my alternative planet.
Oh, yeah. do you know? A couple of things before I forget.
Okay.
Number one, I saw some things flash through on Instagram from Simon.
Yeah. Isn't he doing well?
Yes, this is just to say, wow, this is a lifelong friend of Yusuf's.
Yep.
In fact, would you consider it a brother?
He is one of our brothers.
You know, I mean,
absolutely.
Yes, he's one of the brothers.
He is one of the bashers. He is.
Yeah, he's a basher. And what's he doing?
He's acting.
He's acting.
And he's doing incredibly well.
But he's the lead.
I know.
In a stage production.
I know, and it was on in Bradford on Thursday.
Wow!
And my other brother, Rob, and Mick, both went to see him.
Oh, what was
and made
like?
a night of it. They said he was spectacularly good.
Wow!
It's shocking just how good he is.
Really?
But everybody out there can see him.
Well, this is it. How did he get his...
There is a YouTube series that's also available on Amazon Prime,
right?
And it was done by and for Amazon.
Yes.
And it's called Devil's Gold.
Yes, that was it.
Now this thing comes out. It's really odd, is this, and it's amazing how they've done it. An interesting concept. It comes out in about 5-minute bursts.
Right.
So you only get 5 minutes of it.
Oh wow!
And then you have to wait for the next instalment to come out.
Wow!
Yeah, and it's coming out in 5-minute bursts, and right at the end of episode 3. You see Simon.
Wow.
He makes his appearance.
Simmy appears.
Oh
my goodness.
But no, he's got some. He's highly acclaimed for his work. But I can imagine. I can see it. I can see it now.
Yeah.
You know, he's always been loud. Always been gobby in your face. But as funny.
Well, that's
as
the
you
thing.
can ever imagine.
That's the thing. The first
man
time
is hilarious.
Well, the first time I met him, or the first time you introduced me to him, he sat on our table at Amara's wedding.
Yeah.
And he just entertained the entire table.
He would do.
And, you know, given that, Kel Surprise, you know, it was 90% Muslim at the table.
Yeah.
So anybody else might have felt a little bit, I'll be quiet. No, and he had the entire table in fits of laughter for the whole time.
The man's
it
amazing.
Was just
He's
brilliant.
an absolute joy to be with.
Brilliant.
Really is.
Lovely
Joy to be
guy.
with. Yeah, you ought to catch him in a bad mood though.
Well, the thing that he told me about, I was like, really?
Does he wear that?
Really? But also,
Love him.
You wouldn't want to mess because one of his first roles.
He was in the army as a PT instructor.
So think about that. He was in the army, number one.
Yeah.
That makes him fit.
Yeah.
But he was the physical training
PT instructor
for the army.
Absolutely.
So he was the fittest.
He is Iron Man. He's made of steel.
Oh my goodness.
Made of steel.
So the Amazon thing was that, am I right thinking he actually played a soldier in that?
Yeah.
So very well equipped for that.
Oh
yeah.
You know. Yeah.
But
his first appearance, it's just him. It's just him all over.
Wow.
You know, when I said that he was always gobby.
Yes.
And he always was as a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, and all the way through school. Yeah. Now, my uncle on my mum's side,
right,
parish priest.
Of course he was. Yes.
Yeah. So when our blessed Simmy decided to question Catholicism and question faith from start to finish. He did so with my uncle.
Oh, brilliant!
I'll never forget one occasion where he said, my uncle was a vastly intelligent man.
I can imagine.
Such a nice bloke.
Yes,
but
I can imagine that as well.
And he spent his 9 years of becoming a priest.
Right. Yes.
He studied and trained in Portugal, in Lisbon. But he became a priest over that 9 years, and then came out, and then trod the boards, as it were.
Yep.
And then became a parish priest about 10 years later. So he was parish priest all the way through.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was a vastly intelligent man.
Yes.
And Simmy, I'll never forget this conversation because it started. Hello, Father. Simon, how are you? Simon, I'm all right, Father. How are you? So, Father, if you don't mind me asking, what do you actually do? And my uncle looked at him and said, "Oh, well, Simon, I'm a parish priest." But yeah.
That's what you are.
I know that. But what do you actually do?
Brilliant.
And this conversation went on forever. We were in the corner, not knowing whether to laugh or cry, but just brilliant. So, dear me. So he's never afraid of putting himself out there and asking the questions where he needs answers.
Wow.
Love him. No, his acting career. Hopefully this is just the start of.
My goodness.
Of many years of him on the big screen. I hope he gets to the big screen.
That'd be amazing. That'd be absolutely amazing.
And
it just goes
to show.
You
know what? I read once that there was a fella that acted, and he played a fairly small role, but in a very big film of its day.
Right.
And this guy kind of just did a small part, a bit part, and it was just a scene with him in. And the producer and the director of that movie said, "We've got to see more of this guy."
Really?
He just lit that screen up. Look at him. Look at his face. Look at his mannerisms. Look at the way he moves. Listen to his voice. This guy's incredible. We've got to see more of him. Do you know who it was?
Go on.
Jack Nicholson.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my
Jack Nicholson.
goodness.
And then, boom, Jack Nicholson just took off.
Just exploded.
And became one of the biggest things Hollywood's ever seen.
Yes.
For all the right reasons.
Yes.
I hope that happens to Simmy.
That'd be amazing.
Wouldn't it just?
That would be incredible.
Love to see that happen. So, Simmy, if you're listening, if you're ever listening, I'll tell you what, if you're listening to this on podcast 10 years down the line and you are that Hollywood megastar,
why are you not picking up the calls?
You heard it here. I wonder why I haven't seen him for some time.
Why are you digging me calls?
Has he moved out of Wakefield?
Yes,
Bradford.
I think you'll find we're brothers, young man. How dare you not pick up my calls?
Dare you? How dare you be enjoying a Hollywood lifestyle?
Affecting an LA accent.
Without us.
We know where you're from.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't phone, he doesn't write, not even a postcard.
No, I hope he does. I hope he does. It is, oh man,
Inshallah.
I just remember how wonderfully funny he was. It was
great character. So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls.
Yes.
Mr. Simon Jennings.
Simon Jenkins
is destined for Jennings.
What did I say?
Jenkins.
Sorry for this. Jennings.
We wouldn't like that.
No, we wouldn't like that. Wouldn't like that. And given.
Mr. Simon Jennings is destined for stardom, inshallah.
Yes, because I think it was Cy.Jennings.
Yeah.
If you want to find him on Insta.
Yeah, find him.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So how exciting is that?
Get on YouTube, watch Devil's Gold.
All
the three parts. I think it's just 3 parts that are out at the moment.
Right.
Watch the 3, like them, share them.
Yes.
You know the score.
Yes.
Subscribe to it. Blah blah blah. Do we need to say it again?
Devil's Gold.
Devil's Gold.
Devil's Gold.
Enjoy.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Anyway, what else is occurring today?
Well, what we're going to be going through today, we have a little list.
Do we indeed?
We do. Do you know what we're going to look at?
Go on.
We're going to look at snooker.
Yeah.
I just want to consider snooker.
I like snooker.
We're going to look at tennis.
It's about the only sport, snooker, that I ever thought, do you know what? I can do this.
I quite fancy
I can
that.
do this.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's not exactly physical.
It's not.
It's not.
And yet, when you go and play on a full-size table, you suddenly think, oh, it's not quite.
I'm gonna do some mileage here.
Yeah.
And then walking around this.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think how many balls there are. There'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Plus it's 16 balls. And 10 minutes later, you're like, why can I still see 16 balls?
Yeah.
Another 20 minutes. Wow, come on, I can still see 60. It's harder than it looks.
Yep.
It is harder than it looks.
Yep.
So we're going to consider snooker. We're going to consider tennis.
I used to watch snooker as a kid.
Well, that was the other thing I was going to say.
I used to watch it on telly.
Yes.
Yeah, my dad loved it.
Yes.
My eldest brother loved
My
it.
granddad loved snooker. Loved snooker and wrestling.
So it was live from that place in Sheffield. What was it
called? The Crucible Theatre.
Crucible Theatre.
Live from the Crucible in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And still does it now to this
Do
day.
They do
yeah. They go elsewhere, but it was very famously from Sheffield.
Wow.
And it was one of the few things that not one of the few things, it was one of those things that you could watch on TV, and everybody would say, well, surely that must be boring. No.
It's not.
No.
Absolutely not.
It's like
hair-raising stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hair-raising stuff.
I remember.
But back in the day, okay, I have a past.
Yes.
Before I became Muslim.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And took my shot, I had a past.
Right.
And my past was in music.
Of course it was.
And I was in a band.
Yes.
But every so often I used to get asked to go and play in another band.
Right.
And I used to do it just because it was great fun.
Yes.
And this other band had a residency on a Friday night. So every Friday night I used to have to go to a place called Morley, which is near Leeds.
Okay, yes.
To Morley Snooker Club.
Wow.
And they had their residency in Morley Snooker Club. And it was a great evening. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
And that was back in the day when a certain Joe Johnson won the world title for snooker.
He did.
And what was his local snooker club?
Was it
Morley Snooker Club.
it?
That's where he used to hang out. And I was there on the night that he took the title.
Wow.
Watching it, and we were the resident band for that night. It was just brilliant.
What a great night that would have been.
Great. Yeah.
I don't know, it's one of those double-edged swords. He said it was the best night of his life,
Yep.
but it was also the worst night of his life.
Yep.
Do you know why?
Go on.
The best night, because he achieved his goals, his lifetime ambition, but the worst day of his life because he achieved his lifetime ambition.
There's no going up from there, is there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And all he could do from there was hold on to it.
Yeah.
He said, and the passion that you have, developing skills to get to the top is immense.
I had that worry this morning, you know.
Go on.
I had that worry this morning. Okay, so considering, just continuing along the vein of music, I loved music.
Yes.
I just loved it. One of my favourite bands was a band called Weather Report, who most people won't even have heard of.
The name rings a bell and I can't
Weather
think
Report. So they were a kind of jazz rock band from the States.
Yeah.
And all the musicians in that band were ultra world famous in their own right.
Ah, right. That's why not, because you've told me about them.
Ultra world famous in their own right.
Yeah.
They used to go off doing other things.
But then got together.
But then got together as Weather Report and just did gigs every so often.
Yes.
So one of those guys, bass player, my idol, my hero, a guy called Jacob Pastorius.
That's right. Yeah.
And he played with Weather Report.
Right.
He was also the professor of music at Miami State University.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he knew his stuff, Jacob.
Yeah.
He knew his stuff.
Didn't you say he was quite literally renowned as one of the best in the world?
One of the best musicians ever to walk the earth, yes. Yes, he was.
Wow.
For many, many reasons, but his bass playing was just sublime. It was just out of this world.
Yes.
So he and Weather Report recorded a live album.
Yeah.
And it was called 8:30.
Right.
8.30.
Yeah.
8:30.
Yeah.
And he then kind of, Weather Report kind of didn't do a great deal. He unfortunately had one or two psychological problems, and he took to drink, and it kind of took him down an avenue that wasn't good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in his latter days, he used to walk around Miami with his bass slung over his back. And he used to go in and gate crash gigs.
Right.
Yeah? And he used to get up on the stage, boot the bass player off, plug his own in, and start. And from that second, that gig would rock. Because he just took everything to the next level.
Wow.
And the bands themselves used to just love it when he came on. And the audience, God, fantastic. So he was outside a nightclub one night. But the thing is that he used to carry his bass, slung his bass over his back. Yeah. And under his other arm, he carried a copy of 8:30. And the reason why he went on a kind of mission to oblivion, he just went on a self-destruct mission, is because in his head, he can never achieve anything better than what he was carrying under his arm.
He saw that as absolute perfection.
That was his.
Really?
Yeah. And everything else following that was second best.
Really?
He had peaked on that album.
Oh my goodness.
And when you listen to it and when you listen to his parts on that album, you just think, actually, do you know what? He was right.
Wow.
He was right, because what he did on that album was just out there.
Oh my goodness.
Amazing. So, people do this. They reach a level to their level of perfect, what they consider to be perfect.
Yes.
And there's no going up from there. There's only one way.
There's only one way down.
And people tend to get into this psyche where they go into self-destruct, don't they?
Yeah.
Now, I was in danger of doing that this morning.
Right.
For anybody that listens to our podcasts, anybody out there that listens to our podcasts, have a listen to Hey Mercedes.
Hey Mercedes.
Because I think that's us at our best.
It is, I have to say.
And you know what? This morning I was a little bit scared with you.
with us getting together
with us doing what we do.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, how do you improve on that?
How do you get better?
How do you bigger that up?
Well, you don't.
No, you just carry on doing what we do. So
strive.
It didn't last long.
Yeah. Strive for marginally better than rubbish.
Which is all we ever do.
Which is all we ever do.
We rarely make it.
Yes. When the bar is set so low and you still bang your head on it, it's...
Anyway, about this list.
This list, yes. So we're going to look at snooker. Yep. We're going to consider snooker. We're going to consider tennis.
Okay.
Which reminds me, what time does Sean Connery get to Wimbledon?
Go on.
About 10ish.
10ish.
We're going to consider children and how they should avoid being bitten.
Yep.
We're going to look at BA. They're ruining a holiday of a lifetime. We're going to consider fracking.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
There's been some earthquakes.
There has been some earthquakes, and it's just an
Like
abomination.
the sound of that.
I don't. Why are we? Well, anyway, we're going to look at fracking.
Why? Why is easy.
Well, we know why.
It's about the money.
Yes, exactly. And then I want to consider Apple, Amazon, Google, and the little spat and battle they've got into. And I'm going to stick my 2 penneth into that one.
I think I might stick mine in as well.
Yes.
They're too big for their own boots, then.
Well, there's that. But it's specifically the... I only know the Google Home, which I love and adore.
Yep.
You know, what do you call it? Like voice recognition-y type, talk to type things.
You walk into your house and say, OK, Google, turn the lights on.
Turn on the lights, exactly.
And guess what? The lights come on.
Yep.
It's amazing.
And my phone just didn't recognise your voice. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that brilliant?
Can I do that again? OK, Google.
It's done it again. Couldn't recognise your voice. Because you have to program it.
Yeah, it recognises your voice.
Yes, well, so we programmed it. So like the Google Home, if child number 1 walks in and says, play my favourites on Spotify, or his music comes up.
Yeah.
If I go in and play and say, play my favourites on Spotify, the kids turn it off.
Amazing.
Because they think it's all terrible. So that's our little list, and I can't wait. I'm really excited.
I'm looking forward to every second of it, but before we even start that...
Yep, let's have a little bit of...
some of this. Assalamu alaikum.
What happened to Lahi?
Why do you always forget your words?
I don't know.
Simple words.
But they are. We use them a lot. Normally, that only happens when I start.
I know.
You started.
You start.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
Morning.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Oh, brilliant. Oh dear, 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 dear.
Excuse me, I'm just going to finish this coffee.
No, that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. I'm looking through because I wanted to find the next thing.
Coffee in the morning.
Oh my goodness, tell me about it.
And midday.
Yes.
Usually early in the afternoon and late in the afternoon as well.
Absolutely. And what you mean? You wait? You're telling me you don't have one between breakfast and midday?
Of course I do.
I remember on the Simpsons when Homer was trying to get to. I don't understand it. We work in stones, so I don't understand. He was trying to get to 300 pounds in weight because if he got to 300 pounds in weight, he could work from home.
Okay.
So he's just putting on weight, and somebody walked up to him and said, "Oh my God, how have you managed to get so big?" He went, "Oh, I invented a meal between breakfast and brunch." Which for me is coffee time. You can't wait till lunchtime before you have another coffee. Oh my goodness.
Surprisingly as well, people tend to lay off the caffeine from about tea time onwards, don't they? From about five onwards.
Yeah.
Oh, I want sleep. I have a coffee.
Yep.
Or tea just before I go to bed.
Yeah. I do.
And it's okay. I still sleep.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm knockout within 30 seconds.
Yep.
Just ask anybody.
Yes.
Yeah, and in fact, if I don't get to bed in time, I'm knockout on the chair.
I've got visions of you halfway up the stairs. Passed out on the stairs. I didn't quite make it, love. You didn't quite make it again, did you, love? Wake up, 3 o'clock in the morning, freezing, and with your back in the shape of a set of stairs.
Yep.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Oh dear. Oh, crikey. Do you know? Yes, I was looking through this. I wanted to talk about Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Okay.
Rocket Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Just before you do.
Yep.
So anyway.
Yeah.
Wait.
Sorry. Yes. I was talking about Ronnie O'Sullivan.
Ronnie O'Sullivan.
He's absolutely unbelievable.
I remember him. I remember Hurricane Higgins.
Yes.
Yeah. There were some great characters.
Oh my goodness.
On the snooker circuits back in the day.
Yes. Well, Ronnie O'Sullivan is absolutely current.
Yeah.
Which is hard to believe because it seems like he's been around forever.
He has.
And
I haven't watched snooker for 20 odd years.
Well, this is it.
And he's still there.
Yep.
Outrageous.
And he's still
How old is he?
at the top.
127.
Yes, yeah. It says 147. That's his break.
Are you sure? Are you sure it's not Ronnie O'Sullivan Jr.? It's his son.
Yes. The 5-time world champion. He has been around a while. You know what I mean? 42. 42. So to be fair, they do start.
What?
Well, no, they do become famous around about 19, 20, 21, don't they?
It must have been 12.
But you just said 20 years.
20, yeah, fair enough.
So to be fair, could well be.
Yeah.
But he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. Ronnie O'Sullivan holds the record for the fastest maximum one. Oh, first of all, what's maximum break in snooker?
You've just said it. 147.
147 maximum break. Guess how long it took him to make it?
Go on.
Just over 5 minutes.
Wow. 5 minutes. That's outrageous.
And guess how many of them he's had in his career as a professional?
Go on.
15. Now, just for people that aren't maybe aware of what we're talking about, the maximum break in snooker is 147. You cannot score in one run. You cannot score more than 147. That's the maximum. And in order to do that, because you have to put a red followed by a colour, followed by a colour, get rid of all the reds.
And then your colours are in ascending score,
in ascending score. So you've got your yellow, brown, green, blue,
so
pink, black.
You're not allowed to go for the black until right at the very end.
Until right at the very end.
Yeah, so you go for your pink first, don't you?
Well, the thing is, as you're doing your reds, if you put a red, you can then go for any colour.
Including the black?
Including the black.
Right, okay.
So in order to get the maximum 147, you have to pot a red, followed by a black, followed by a red, followed by a black.
Yep.
So every time you pot a red, no matter where it is on the table, the ball has to come all the way back down to the black, because when you pot the black, they get it out the pocket and put it back in the same place.
In the same spot.
So the black's always in the same spot.
Yeah.
unless it gets knocked about. So if a red has strayed up the table, you've got to pop that red, get the white ball all the way back down to the bottom to pop the black.
To get the black, yeah.
And then from that black, get in position to pop the next red.
Yeah.
And then you've got to pop that red, make sure it comes back for that black.
Yeah.
And it's like, whoa.
It's a real skill, isn't it?
It is outrageous when you watch these guys. I mean, and he's just done...
The science and the maths behind that.
Oh, it's incredible.
It's amazing.
It is incredible. And he's just done his 15th career maximum 147, but he did it in a little over 5 minutes.
Unbelievable.
So obviously he is lining the shots up, but it's not a case of, I'm going to come to a maximum, I'll start taking my time. No.
Have you got a photo of him there?
That's.
It's always good for radio, I know.
Yeah, that one's when he also living.
That's him.
He was on Top Gear, and he turned up in his Mercedes SL or SL 500 or whatever it was, and they said, right, well we've set up a table for you. What we want to now see is, and they're like 3 reds and the 6 colours or something. Said we now want to see if you can clear these quicker than Stig can take your car round our track. So he's going, and you can hear the tyres. That's my car, lad. And he's trying to do the same things at the same time. But 147. It's mind-blowing that he could do that just in 5 minutes. Like, whatever.
5 minutes.
Yeah, and for him still to be on the at the absolute pinnacle of his sport, what is probably, as you rightly say, 20 years on, is astounding.
It is.
I remember you talking about Joe Johnson, who was sort of Leeds Bradford based.
Yeah, he was. Yep. Morley,
yeah. And he won the World Championship.
Yep.
And he said that it was the best day and worst day of his life.
Yep.
Best day because he'd achieved his life's ambition.
Yep.
And in a way, the worst day because he'd achieved
his life's ambition.
Yep. And he said the energy and the passion that's required to create the skills to get you to be the best in the world is very different to the passion required to keep you there.
Keep you there, absolutely. Yeah.
And so to the point where Joe Johnson, up to the point where he won the World Championship, he could not play enough snooker.
Uh-huh.
He would play it 12 hours a day, every single day.
Yep.
He just didn't want to do anything else.
That's right.
The minute he achieved his lifelong ambition, it became almost like a job.
I kind of guessed that the minute that he achieved his life's ambition, the money rolled in as well. That made for a different life.
To be fair, yes, actually, yeah. There's no longer the hunger.
That's right.
And he was saying, and instead of playing for fun, he said, I was now playing for, trying to hold on to something rather than achieve something.
Yeah.
And it reminds me of, the gunfighters of the Old West.
Yeah.
Who, have done all they can to be the fastest slinger in the West.
Yeah.
And then they spend the rest of their life looking over the shoulder because somebody's trying to take their crown, and the way to take that crown
is become the fastest.
Kill them.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Get them before they get you.
Yeah, absolutely. And you think, oh my goodness, just the skill involved is tremendous. And people go, oh, it's God-given talent. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us certain talents.
Yes.
If we're lucky enough to have all our 5 senses working, to have our limbs working, if we're lucky enough to be in that situation, brilliant.
Yep.
But then to take those and achieve that,
I mean,
that's focus, dedication, and hard work.
I'm able-bodied to some extent.
Yes, I mean, as am I. We haven't mentioned able-minded as yet. To be fair,
no. So we've got most of our senses and faculties.
Working. Yes.
But I would struggle to dedicate my entire life
to one,
to becoming the best at.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Any sport.
Yes.
Because I'm not that bothered. Yeah. And we've had this conversation before, you and I.
We have.
In that, when it comes to competition, I'm not
don't
bothered.
Do it. Don't do it. Love taking part.
Love it. It's great.
Don't do a competition.
I once, every year at work, in any sales organisation, they have the annual competition. Who's going to be the best?
Yes. This
year. Yeah. And I always said to myself, if I'm in the top 10, I'm all right.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that there was only 11 people. No.
Yes. Yeah.
No. In fact,
at least I'm not them.
In fact, there was 120
I was going to say, you're doing yourself a little injustice.
I was always there or thereabouts. Yeah, and I used to frequently win a holiday.
Yeah.
Etc. Etc. Which was always nice. But
yes.
But as far as some people in that top 10, there were people that were almost aggressive.
In
terms of getting there.
Yes.
Their entire focus was getting there.
Yes.
And mine was, I'll just do a good job.
Yeah.
Do well for my clients, and along the way, I'll probably get in the top 10.
Yeah.
And I used to frequently get there.
Yeah.
And I used to do it with no stress, no bother. Well, a bit of stress.
But you did it the right way round.
With a
you
smile
did
on my
your
face.
job fantastically well and got the benefits that came with that, rather than, I'm just going to focus on...
I'm going to do everything it takes to get...
maybe not treating your customers...
There were a few of them.
I can well imagine.
I remember it well. Yeah. Name no names.
Yes, I can well imagine. I can well imagine.
Interesting days.
Yes.
Very interesting days back in my sales days. I'm glad I'm out of it. But having said that, I've learnt so much.
Yes.
That's left me in very, very good stead for the stuff that we do.
Yep.
Round about this stage in our lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Giving dawah.
Yeah.
The ability to communicate with people. The ability just to do
it is not a sales
everything
pitch.
with a smile on my face.
But it's the ability to communicate and put things in a... Because I like you, I have the same thing. Spent some time selling, then got into training people how to sell.
Yeah.
And training is still sales because you're bringing people around to your way of thinking, which is all sales is.
Yeah.
But giving people and helping people with the information that will help them be better salespeople means my communication skills were constantly being improved, and it was to large groups.
Yep.
And so, it makes us a formidable force.
Absolutely.
We could talk utter nonsense to more people.
And get away with it. Time after time.
Yes, and some of us don't. Some of them don't poke us in the eye.
Some of them, for whatever reason, actually like it.
Actually seem to enjoy it.
SubhanAllah.
Oh, dear.
Anyway, enough of this frivolity.
Yes, that said.
Contractually, we have to do this right now. I'll tell you what, I'll start, shall I?
Go on then.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Come on.
Smooth as silk.
Come on.
Smooth as silk.
Nobody would know. Oh, dear. Do you know, I was listening to the radio the other day. I know. And
hang on a minute.
Not us. No. I have, because we're live, it's hard to listen to.
Which station do you listen to?
Well, I was flicking through, I was driving and I was flicking through the things and I ended up on Radio 4.
Oh, okay.
Now, I have to say, I do like it when people are just talking.
Yep.
Which is probably why I enjoy doing this so much. I mean, I can't believe that people still indulge us and allow us to do this.
I know.
But I love talkie
Bless
radio.
them.
And so I like Radio 5 Live for that very reason.
Yep.
It was a sports thing.
Yep.
Couldn't be bothered. Went on to FM, which we'll be doing the same at some point in the future. Was flicking through the channels. Flicking through the channels and ended up on Radio 4. I just caught a fascinating conversation, which kind of turned me back to the beauty of Islam. Just the absolute joy and beauty of Islam and the perfection of this incredible religion. This lady...
There are so many things that happen in our lives to remind us.
Yes, absolutely.
How amazing this is.
Constantly.
And this is one.
And this was one of them. And it was just... It was a really interesting conversation because it was this lady... I didn't catch a surname. It's Jodie something or other.
Okay.
She's now an author. And she's done really well writing and selling books. But it all started when she was suffering with mental health.
Okay.
She was finding life a real challenge, really difficult. And at one of her lowest ebbs, she was kind of reaching out to people who were like her.
Yeah.
So she set up a really small website. And on the website, she just said, if you're feeling down, if you're feeling under the weather, if life is kicking you, and you want to maybe converse with somebody just like you, or you just want a little lift, send me an email and I will send you a handwritten letter.
Okay.
And she thought she might get one response. And it was just, as much as anything, to give her a little bit of a focus, you know what I mean? And just to get in touch with other people and maybe help other people. Yeah. Send me an email, I'll send you a handwritten letter.
Yep.
Overnight, 200 responses.
Whoa.
200 responses. So she started writing letters and she wrote 200 letters.
Fantastic.
And before she knew it, 12,000.
Ooh.
So this is all she does. And then she wrote a book about it, and then she wrote a book publishing some of the letters that she'd written. And she's experiencing, great success from
Absolutely.
it. But very much based on, I just like helping people. I just like getting in touch.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you what she ought to do.
Go on.
Put herself out on YouTube.
Well, in all seriousness, which I'm sure she probably does as well.
Yeah.
But the striking thing was, because she could have just said, send me an email and I'll email you back.
Yeah.
And she might not have got as much response.
Yeah.
It was the profound bit for me was, this desire for human contact.
Yeah.
This desire for communication.
Yeah.
But the manner in which she offered to give it was so personal.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's actually kind of a personal communication.
Yeah.
Because there is a joy. I mean, I still enjoy getting mail, even though most of it comes in brown envelopes, and when I open it, I scream. Do you know what I mean?
Hate the sound of the mail.
Right, but I still quite, because the childlike fascination.
It comes in as a thud.
Yeah, well, yes. Oh, that's a heavy one.
Usually on a Friday, which is just in time to ruin my weekend.
Ruin the weekend. To be fair, I don't open post on a Friday.
For that
very reason.
Brown envelope.
I'll leave them till Monday. How many times have I turned up? We'll be meeting. We'll come in here, and I'll say, "I'll just open my post." What do you mean open your post?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't open post on Friday.
That's right.
Because I don't want to ruin my weekend. But there's still that childlike fascination that if it is a handwritten envelope, you think, what's this? Because how often do you get a handwritten envelope?
It's not often, is it?
And inside that handwritten envelope, you get a card.
Yeah.
When was the last time you got a letter?
I know.
So she pens a letter, sends it to people, and the response that she's getting is extra because it's so personal. And so it just reinforced to me the desire for human interaction, for personal contact.
Yeah.
And, what did the wonderful Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, invoke us to do? Well, first of all, pray 5 times a day.
Yeah.
So if you want a relationship, have a relationship with your Creator.
With Allah first, yes.
And maintain it minimum 5 times a day.
Yep.
So you are either just about to pray, praying, or you've just prayed.
Yeah.
And so how cool is that? How cool is that? But it still reinforces this desire to have communication, a relationship.
Yep.
And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, also said, do you know, when you're praying, it's better to pray with somebody else.
It is, as always. Pray together.
Pray together.
Yep.
Pray in Jama'at. Get together and pray.
Be amongst like-minded people.
Other people. Have a human relationship.
Human contact. Yep.
Create
human contact.
Yep. And if you can, do it 5 times a day.
Yep.
And the best place to do that?
In a mosque.
In a mosque.
Yeah.
In a mosque. Doesn't have to be, though.
No.
But in a mosque.
Yep.
So rather than say, oh, no, this is just between you and your Creator, go into a quiet room all by yourself and isolate people.
No.
What did he invoke?
Get together and do it all together.
Do it together.
Yeah.
Maintain relationships.
Appoint one person to stand at the front.
Yes.
And it can be anybody.
Yes.
Just get one person to stand at the front, lead the prayer. Yeah, but all pray together.
And then the second that person who stood at the front finishes, what are they encouraged to do? Turn around.
Turn around.
Turn around.
Yeah.
Don't keep the back to it. Turn around.
Turn around.
So that you have an interaction.
Yes.
A contact. Human interaction. 1430 years ago, our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, recognised the need, the desire, the requirement of human interaction that this lady is just reinforcing now.
Yeah.
And 12,000 in a very short period of time, people just said, I would love this interaction. I don't get it enough, or whatever it might be. I want this contact with you.
So how then? I get 200 letters.
Yeah.
I can do that. I could do that myself. How do you do 12,000?
That's the thing. Well, first of all, she now has a few people helping her.
Okay.
Volunteering, just saying, well, okay, then, you know, and she makes it clear on the website, you know, and we will. This one will send, and they send handwritten letters, and she read a few out, and they're beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's not, you know, following the formula of, dear X, I am totally to hear about X, you know, substitute name here. Yeah. They've all got a different story. They've all communicated in a different way, and they're writing back. And I just thought, what a beautiful thing. But it was just this reinforcing the desire and need for human interaction.
Yep.
And Prophet Muhammad 1400 years ago said, yep, it's important that.
Wonderful.
Really important that. And you think, wow, it just gets better and better and better. Still, that's brilliant. You know what it's not?
Go on.
It's not on my list.
Oh. Why do we always do that? Are we ever going to get to that list of yours?
Oh my goodness. What is on my list?
Shall we tick one off?
I think we should tick one off.
Okay.
What is on my list is, let me just delete that one because I don't need that one. There we go, get rid of that. What is on my list is children avoid being bitten by dogs. What?
What?
I got this. It shows a really snarling, vicious dog. It says, teach children how to avoid dog bites. I'm like, what? Say MPs. What? And it reminded me of, because, you know, you and I were raised in similar times. You know what I mean? Okay, you might have a couple of years on me, but not much. So I remember I always do that little dig there. You see, it sounds like I'm paying him a compliment. I'm not. I'm keeping him in his place is what I'm doing. Because he always gets to sit down when we go on buses. I don't. Because he said you should give it up for the older. Anyway, I'm reminded of
wisdom, sir.
Wisdom is what it is. Wisdom. I'm reminded of the public information films of the 70s and 80s, which would be like, you know, walk, don't run. You know what I mean? Be careful with sellotape or whatever it might be. You know, don't carry glass or stuff. You know what I mean? Don't polish lino. You know what I mean? It's all these things, and they're real. I understand. I remember I was a member of the Tufty Club.
Put a non-slip mat in your bath.
And you put a non-slip mat in your bath.
Baths.
The danger of
rubber things with a million suckers
underneath. Absolutely.
Stuck in your bath.
Absolutely. They start to reek after about a month because of all the. Let's not go there. All the grime that got collected in those suckers. How do you clean them? Lick it. No!
I mean, it got so bad. Yeah, that mould grew so. I mean, it used to be able to speak 6 classical languages.
It's evolved and created.
It used to talk to me in the bath.
Oh dear. So yeah, it reminded me of all those. Now, there were some public information films that were good. I was a member of the Tufty Club.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I remember the Tufty Club. Yeah.
What was Tufty?
Was it a squirrel?
It was a squirrel, and he taught you how to cross the road.
Cross roads. Yeah.
And there was the Green Cross Code Man.
Yeah, him. Yeah.
Who also taught you how to cross the road.
That's right.
The Green Cross Code Man who also played.
I don't know.
Darth Vader.
What? You are joking.
I'm not joking.
Really?
Because he was really tall. He was Darth Vader.
No.
But I can't remember his name.
Oh, that's
his name
amazing.
But he was Cornish or Somerset or somewhere down there.
Yeah.
So on the original, and then the voice, because he's wearing a mask, and anybody can do the voice was then substitute, and it was James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Luke, I am your, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Perfect voice for Darth Vader. But in the original takes, when there's no sound over the top of it, it's just the voices, he had to do the dialogue to give the right pause.
Yep.
So, but it would be in a Cornish accent. So it'd be, you know,
Just say, "May the force be with you."
Yes, yeah. But what would it be? May the force be with you. I can't do it. Of course. You know. Oh, the deaths. Tell me where your, tell me where you've hidden them plans. You know what I mean? Oh, dear. Yes. So the Green Cross Coat Man was Darth Vader.
Wow.
Incredible. All right, that's it. Where be them plans? Oh, he's not a pirate.
What, did he suddenly have one leg and a pallet? And a hook.
Shiver me X-Wings. Pieces of credits. Oh, dear. But MPs are wanting to launch a new one, and the new one is teach children how to avoid being bitten by dogs.
I mean,
what?
It's not hard, is it?
It's not hard. Do you know the easiest
children?
thing?
Don't go near dogs.
Don't go near dogs.
Right.
Oh,
that's fairly straightforward, isn't it?
That's the view of MPs who want animal behavioural experts and charities to come up with a canine childhood education plan for schools and parents.
I mean, why all of a sudden is this coming out?
I have no idea.
Is it because there's been a large a spate of dog bites or something?
Well, it says the Cross-Party Commons Environment Committee said it was shocking that children under 9 were statistically more likely than any other age group to end up in hospital after being bitten and to suffer serious, often life-changing injuries.
Wow.
Now, I'm now going to go, when I read that, and the under 9 bit, I was reminded of my childhood.
Okay.
Where?
My brother got his hand mauled by an Alsatian.
Well, I nearly got my eye taken out.
Really?
Yeah, by a dog when I was 4.
Wow.
Well, I was 4 years old, but I'd kind of forgotten. And then I thought, oh my goodness, yes, oh my goodness. And I was staying at my grandma's. My grandma was brilliant.
Yeah.
She was, she was just an angel on earth. She was brilliant. She was absolutely, I'd stay off there as often. Oh, it's fantastic. So I was staying at my grandma's, and she'd bought me a cart and caravan, and it was in a Perspex case. It was just the best thing ever. Do you know what I mean? And we went to her friend's house, who happened to have a dog, and the dog was only small.
Yeah.
Happened to have a dog.
Oh, they can be nasty though, can't they?
And I wanted to show her friend, my grandma's friend, this cart and caravan in a Perspex case, which was in my grandma's shopping bag. Mm-hmm. So I went into the shopping bag, and this dog went into the shopping bag at the same time. So I pushed it. I was only 4, so I pushed its head out of the way, and it went for me, and it latched on, and it got me round the eye.
Wow.
And luckily, you have bones to protect your eye. And if you feel it now, you've got a bone above and a bone below. And it got the bone above and the bone below, and then kind of pinched it together, but wouldn't let go.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And so they managed to get this dog off, and blood everywhere, all this, and I vaguely, all I can remember is walking to the bus stop.
Yeah.
With my grandma holding this thing with blood pouring down my face.
Wow.
And you know when you kind of think, maybe we should have called 999?
Bus stop?
What? We got on the bus!
Bus stop?
And went. Because this was 1974. Got on the bus and went to A&E.
That's outrageous.
Oh, bless her.
Outrageous.
I had this massive patch on. I had a scar underneath and a scar on top, but my eyebrow kind of covers the scar on top, and the scar underneath now, luckily, I've got wrinkles.
Can you imagine if you got on a bus with a kid in that state?
I know.
Like, what have you done to it? Services. What
have you done to it? Well, they get on a mobile phone. This woman didn't have a phone.
Crazy.
Do you know what I mean? This back in the, she didn't have a phone. Crazy. So rather than going right, on the bus, off.
Oh,
do you know what I mean? You think, oh my goodness. And you can't say to the bus driver, can you phone? On what, love? Do you know what I mean? Yep. There were no mobile phone. So, yes. So, to be fair, I changed my opinion on that when I thought,
Did I ever tell you about my mate Max?
Go on.
With a drill.
Yeah. Yes, you did, but you've got to tell me again.
So there was Max. He'd been given a bike.
Yep.
And this bike was a rusty bike.
Yes.
That's why it had been given to him.
Yes. Yeah.
But he thought, I'm going to do this up. So he took all the wheels and the handlebar. He took everything off it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And decided to sand down the frame ready for painting. And he got, those little wire brushes that you get to stick in a drill.
I do. That sticks in a drill. Yes.
Sticks in a drill, and then you it just
it spins round.
And takes the rust off.
Yes.
So he got one of those on his drill, plugged his drill in.
How would you describe your mate, Max?
Do you remember Neil off The Young Ones?
I do.
He was long, lanky, tall, and very long, straight hair.
Very, very, very long straight hair. Yes.
So,
did he tie it up?
No. So there was Max. De-rusting his bike frame
with a drill.
And unfortunately, his hair got caught in this wire brush. And he said it happened in a split second. And I was helpless. His hair ravelled and wrapped itself around this drill bit, and as it did, the drill got ever so close to his head. It ended up.
Got very close to his head.
The drill was
very quickly.
The drill was on his head, but his hair had had wrapped itself around so tightly.
So it gone.
Yeah.
All the way up to his head.
And by the time he'd released the trigger, it was at his head. But his hair had wrapped around it so tightly, he could no longer get the chuck key in place to remove. So he had to unplug this thing. And he didn't have a phone at the time. This was before the age of mobile phones. He didn't have a phone in his flat, so he had to get on a bus with a drill at his head. And he said, "I've never felt so weird in all my life."
So you've got to picture the scene.
Picture the scene.
He's got a drill.
A man gets on a bus with a drill pointing to his head, with his finger still on the trigger.
And the cord hanging down with the plug on it.
Plug trailing on behind
it. It says, I'll have a 2, please.
Can I go to A&E, please? Absolutely.
But I remember, the thing was, I remember you telling me that story, and I can actually remember laughing as much as this. I cannot hear that story too many times. But the thing that made me laugh even more was when he said, and his arm kept getting tired.
Yes.
But every time he brought it down, the weight
of the drill
pulled his hair.
And it was so painful. So he had to swap hands. Poor Max. What a great story.
Can you imagine walking into the hospital and them saying, "Can I help you?"
Can I help you?
Yeah, I need to go to A&E. What for? You got big
Can I ask, why have you attended hospital this morning, sir?
Which department? A&E, please. We just have to ask you a couple of questions. What appears to
be the problem?
Well, let me tell you. But can we make it quick? Because we are.
Can somebody else take the drill? Yeah. To the weight of this, please.
How do you think we could remedy this? I just need to get the chuck key in.
Did he take the chuck key with him?
Oh, you're joking. Oh, no. Oh. So what, did it cut his hair, or did they just unwind it?
Yeah, they kind of unravelled it.
Oh.
But he lost a fair amount of hair.
He lost a fair amount of his hair and all his dignity.
Do you know what?
And a lot of muscle mass.
The following day, he tied his hair up. Oh, good old Max. Oh, I wonder where Max is now. I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear him telling that story again.
Oh,
it
my
had us
goodness!
In tears.
Oh,
like it just did again.
Like it just did again. That actually hurt. That actually physically hurt.
Shall we do some of this?
I need to lie down.
So do I, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi. Oh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
Very good. Very, very good. Very, very
What's
good.
very good?
Everything.
You start everything with very good.
Life. Do you know, actually, I was
life, the universe, everything.
Life, the universe, and everything. I was running a training course recently, and somebody came up to me at one of the breaks and went, "Are you a betting man?" I went, "No."
No.
He went, "Ah, right, okay. If you were, I'd bet you £1 to see if you can get through the next session without saying the word brilliant." We do have little foibles, don't we?
Yeah,
Mine
we
is,
do.
yeah, very good, very good. Ah, brilliant.
You do.
Consider the alternative. Yeah. Oh, it's rubbish, isn't it?
It's awful.
It's rubbish. It's rubbish. Should we do this bit next? It's rubbish. Somebody says that, what do you say?
Tell you what, can we just try as a social experiment, shall we? Let's just do the next session.
Oh, can you imagine?
Just with voices like this.
Can you imagine?
Let's just go
this
all
bit's
Radio 4.
Really funny.
Yeah, I bet.
It's really entertaining.
Just
can you imagine? Can you imagine?
There are people that actually do radio like that.
Yes. You
think,
could tell
how
somebody
do you
won the lottery
survive?
and they'd be like, what?
Incredible.
Why are you not so happy then? Oh my
Dear
goodness,
me.
my goodness, my goodness.
How do these people get through their lives?
I know, it's extraordinary. Extraordinary. Now, I've just got something here which is it's not on my list.
Oh, here we go.
But it pinged through on my phone, and
Here
so
we
I thought,
go.
I've got to look at this. It
We've
has a
veered off.
happy
We've
ending.
veered off.
We veered off. Kelsey, please. It has a happy ending.
Okay, cool.
It was just the first bit that just made me giggle. It sounded like one of those "this has to be made up" type things. You know what I mean? And it was on Mumsnet. You know Mumsnet, which is now massive.
Yeah,
massive.
So it should be.
Absolutely. And it says it's headed "Blue Curious,"
Okay.
and it says, "Is she a Russian blue, or have I been ripped off?" And then there's pictures of a cat.
Yeah.
So somebody's obviously purchased a cat.
Yeah.
Has been told it's a Russian blue.
Yeah.
Which I have heard is that like the Sheba advert or something?
Yeah.
That's Russian blue, isn't
They're
it? It's like
beautiful cats.
stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. And I must show you this because you're like me. You're a cat. But look at that. Oh, isn't that lovely?
Oh, look at those
Oh
eyes.
my goodness.
Those ears are way too big for his head.
Absolutely,
as well.
absolutely, which is
so
brilliant.
cute.
Which is brilliant. So this lady's written in and said, "Hello, Mumsnet. Sorry for posting this. I just wondered if you could help. I got my beautiful kitten a few weeks ago. I was told she is a Russian blue. Mm-hmm. I saw her mother and photographs of her father. However, the seller has failed to forward on the family tree as I was promised." So you start thinking,
Yep.
to me, excuse me. I'm sorry. To me, she looks like a Russian blue, but I've noticed sometimes I can see she has stripes.
Okay.
I notice sometimes I can see she has stripes.
Please tell me they haven't dyed a cat.
Well, that's what, and I was reminded of. I was reminded
donkey.
of our For people that aren't sure what we're talking about, we had a news report of a zoo in Egypt, I think it was.
It was Egypt, yeah.
That had painted a donkey black and white
To look like a zebra.
to look like a zebra, and they showed a picture of it,
Donkey's ears.
and it had donkey's ears. Which took us off on a thing about donkeys, but it had donkeys had massive ears. And when you look at a picture of zebras, they've got tiny ears. It just made me giggle. Just the way she said, "Am I being ripped off? Because when I look, I can see stripes," and it made me giggle. It just made me giggle. Now, the happy ending is the responses, and there's hundreds of them, say that's normal. That's normal. That's perfectly normal. I know, and I even breathed a sigh of relief on her behalf because the cat's gorgeous. And one has said, "Russian blues are all tabby crossers."
Oh, right, okay.
It was done to keep diversity in the gene pool.
Oh.
So even if you get a Russian blue, there's a strong possibility you will see, and they call them ghost stripes. Ghost stripes.
Wow.
But it just made me giggle. It just made me giggle because it reminded me of the donkey that had been painted to look like a... And I thought, like you, I thought, oh, somebody dyed a cat.
I thought she
was going to say, only its roots are coming out, Ginger.
Oh, can you imagine anything worse than that?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, dear. Oh, so yeah, maybe giggle, maybe giggle. This next thing doesn't.
Go on.
Do you know what the next thing is?
I bet it will.
Do you know? It probably will. We'll find the funny. Fracking.
Oh, yeah.
Fracking. Even the name sounds like it's something you shouldn't do.
Absolutely.
Fracking.
Absolutely.
What do you do for business? I'm a fracking managing director.
Yeah.
Oh, I only asked.
Yeah, steady on now.
Yeah. Easy, Tiger. What do you do for a living? I'm a fracking foreman. Oh, whoa! I only asked. I only asked.
Yeah.
No, they mean a foreman for a fracking company. Yeah. Oh, got you.
Oh, that's all right.
Got you.
Why didn't you say?
Yeah. So what do you do for a living? I'm a fracking engineer. Why do? Whoa! Easy, Tiger.
Sorry, this is a breakfast show, please.
No, fracking. A lot of it happening in America.
Yeah.
Lots and lots and lots. And everywhere that they do it in America, what happens?
Earthquakes.
Yeah. One or two? No.
Loads.
Hundreds.
Loads. The whole place is shaking to
The whole
bits,
place
isn't it?
is shaking to bits. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds.
So when you drill down,
yeah,
you drill down, which is what they're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, and they're drilling very, very deep holes.
Very deep. And the big, it's not like a little,
it's not like a size 8 drill on your hammer drill, is it? No,
exactly.
No, these are massive.
Yes.
These are massive boreholes.
Yes.
And then they are squirting high pressure, very high pressure water,
yes, and chemicals into these fissures, into these gaps,
to force out the gas.
Yes,
and then they're collecting the gas.
Yes,
and that's what we're using as natural gas.
Yes,
great.
Yes.
So, does the water stay in there, or does that get pumped back out?
Well, I would imagine water always finds a level, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I would imagine it will find a way out.
Yes.
Because the thing is, if it's
so
getting
that's
gas
going
out,
to leave when presumably this gas in situ is in a very high pressure. Then,
must be
because of all the weight above it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It would have been compressed.
Compressed gas.
Yes.
So when they squirt this water in,
yes,
yeah, that automatically reduces the pressure.
Yes.
Because there is not as much pressure in water as there is in compressed gas.
Not gas, but compressed gas. Yes.
So then the gas comes out, the water disappears and finds its own level.
Yes.
So what's going to happen to all the earth?
It will collapse.
It'll settle.
It will collapse.
And as it settles, it will cause...
It's causing earthquakes.
Yeah.
But earthquakes, it's not even like, because, I mean, I'm Sheffield born and bred, you're from Wakefield. Is Wakefield kind of a mining town?
Oh, absolutely. We've got mining substance all over the place.
Sheffield, substance everywhere.
Yeah, you have to have a mining report on every property that you bought in Wakefield.
Same in Sheffield.
Yep.
And certain areas, it's mandatory.
Yep.
And a friend of mine bought a house without one.
Ouch.
Went to extend, and they found mine workings.
Ouch.
And so they have to put I think it's pilings in, is it pilings?
Yeah. Piles.
Because
build it on piles.
Yeah, because you cannot build on top of
nope.
an excavated mine, because it's just going to, one day you'll come back and your conservatory is disappeared into the ground. Your extension
will be in a pit.
Yeah, because you've put significant weight.
So they have to pile, which is they drill down and inject concrete.
Yes, absolutely.
Very, very, very large concrete post block.
Yes.
To then build onto.
Yes. Yes.
Because that concrete provides the stability that you need to build up onto.
And that's for mining, which by all accounts didn't cause earthquakes.
No, because they propped them up, didn't they?
Of course they did, because they didn't want the people in it.
They used props
to get dropped on. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right.
Extraordinary.
Yes. So every time they dug out, they put a prop in there to hold the roof up, so that the people could crawl through and excavate the coal, bring the coal out.
Yes.
Yeah. So they left the props in situ, didn't they?
Yes.
Had they taken them all out, that would be a devastating disaster waiting to happen all over the country.
Because we bored a big hole that at any point could collapse. When it does, everything above it sinks. Yes.
So, but in fracking, that's pretty much what's happened.
Pretty much what they're doing. It is pretty much what they're doing.
But they are not propping it.
No.
They're injecting it with water and chemicals to extract the gas.
Yes.
And then the water will just run off.
Yes. And the water is filthy.
Yeah.
Because the water, I believe, has chemicals in it.
Yeah.
But also is then going through material that's been buried. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're creating sewage.
Yes.
In effect, you're creating sewage. So the runoff from it is filthy.
Yeah.
It causes earthquakes.
Yeah.
It devastates natural beauties.
Yes.
And we're saying, yeah, okay, let's do that. And we've seen what happens in America. We've seen what happens.
Let's do that all over, shall we?
Yes. And so basically, the only people... Because you might say, you benefit because you get gas. No. The only people benefiting here are the people who get paid for the gas.
Do you know what these people are?
Some bloke is on a yacht rubbing his little hands.
He's a fracking idiot.
He's a fracking idiot, is what he is. He is. He's a fracking owner of a fracking company, and he's a fracking
idiot. Fracking hell.
Speaks very highly of us. Does. No, but the issue. So, what I want to say about fracking protesters walk free after court quashes excessive sentences. So not only are they bringing fracking over here, we're apparently not allowed to object. Fracking protesters got sentenced. Well, they've been set free, and God bless them.
Absolutely.
God bless them.
Set free after excessive sentences.
After excessive sentences.
So who? Which fracking judge?
Yeah, which fracking judge has done those fracking sentences? It's extraordinary. 3 protesters jailed for blocking access to a fracking site have walked free after the Court of Appeal quashed their sentences, calling them manifestly excessive.
I should hope they did.
They were sentenced to, all they did was get in the way of fracking trucks.
Right, okay.
Going to a fracking site.
Bear with me here.
Go on.
And humour me here.
Yeah.
These fracking companies
that
are fracking all over the place.
Yes, yeah. And making a fracking disaster.
Fracking disaster.
Yeah.
All over this fracking country of ours.
Yeah.
And anybody that fracking objects gets fracking sentenced
to
fracking excessively.
Right. I mean, a day in prison for simply standing in front of a truck. I mean, they might have done more than that, but basically blocking the way of a truck.
5 minutes in prison, your life is finished.
Yes.
You can't work again.
Completely transformed.
You're going to find it very, very difficult to live your life.
So 5 minutes is a minute is 5 minutes too long.
Too long, yeah.
It's way too long. Guess what they were sentenced to?
Go on.
16 months.
Stop it.
16 months.
Which judge?
16
Which judge did that?
Months.
That judge ought to be disbarred, is it?
Yes.
And off the circuit.
Absolutely. Now, I don't know what means they use to block these things.
Tell me, these fracking companies...
The fracking industry...
These fracking companies, are they...
Threatens to industrialise our beautiful countryside is what these guys are saying.
Are these British companies?
That I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. I bet they're American.
I bet they are.
I'll bet they're American.
Yeah, I bet they
it will force famine, flooding and many other disasters on the world's most vulnerable communities by exacerbating climate change. Fracking is beginning right now. So there has never been a more critical time to take action. Your planet needs you, and I agree 100%. This is absolutely. I just simply can't get my head around it. We look at America and we all look at those freaks over there.
I agree.
And then we go, but let's do it here then.
I agree.
What?
It's entirely wrong from start to finish.
Yes,
it's entirely wrong, and I will stand my ground.
Yep.
That is wrong.
Yes.
Until my gas bill comes down. Then I'll have another think.
But even then...
Which is the thinking of most people.
That's the thinking of most people, yes. But this one, we have gas.
Yeah.
We have gas. I know when they were talking about excavating under Antarctica or somewhere, and somebody went, no, it's an area of natural beauty. Yeah, but how many people a year go there?
We have
none.
We have
gas. Let's get it from there.
We have gas.
Not Blackburn.
We have the gas because the Russians are kind enough to keep the supply open.
Fine.
Fine. Until they decide not to.
Okay, find an alternative. Burn whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
Start with that judge. Burn him.
Yes, please, no fracking.
The world will become a better place if somebody burn him.
Because what happened in Blackpool recently?
Idiot. They had an earthquake.
And you know what they attributed it to?
Fracking.
The fracking.
Yeah.
Guess what happened in Lincolnshire recently?
They had an earthquake.
They had a series of earthquakes. What are they attributing that to?
Fracking.
It's not a coincidence.
No.
I know we don't believe it. We don't do coincidence.
No.
They've started fracking and they start having earthquakes.
Expect earthquakes.
How many earthquakes do we have in this country?
Well, surprisingly...
Actually, quite a lot.
We do have a few.
Let me rephrase that. How many earthquakes do we feel in this country?
None.
Very few. Very few. In my lifetime, I felt one.
So have I. It woke me up.
Yes.
And that was only about 10, 15 years ago. 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Well, the one for it was in Sheffield, and it would probably now be about 20 years ago, and it woke me up.
About 10 years ago, we had another one that woke me up.
Right, yeah. And it was like, what? And
What
the doors slammed and everything. It was like, whoa, what's going on here?
I have to say, my curiosity didn't last much
here.
above one breath.
Yeah, I just went straight back to sleep.
Gone.
And then the next day, people going, oh, did you feel it? Feel what? The earthquake. Oh, is that what it was? Because we don't wake up thinking, oh, I bet that's an earthquake.
No,
you know what I mean? I saw somebody breaking in. They can have it.
I'm too tired.
Yeah, I'm a floor above them.
I'm insured.
I'm insured. Don't worry about it. Take it. I've left the keys on the table, love. Take it.
Have it.
Take it.
I'd rather you take it than me have to come down and fight you.
Exactly. And I'm not fighting you for that. I've got gap insurance.
Gap insurance.
Oh dear. So please, can we stop with the fracking? Can we stop with the fracking?
You set of fracking idiots.
You set of fracking numpties.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi.
Wa barakatuh.
I
can't believe we've ticked one off the list.
I know, it's amazing. It's amazing. I was actually just saying, we've actually got through a list quite well, which is unlike us, but there's one on the list, it's not funny, so I'm not doing it.
Oh, go on.
It's just not funny, it's horrible. And I'm thinking, no.
Why don't we just do it anyway and see if we can make it funny?
Well, okay then.
This is our test, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Find the funny in this.
Resolve.
Yes.
Find the funny.
Test of our resolve. This was, and I'll have to work from memory now, a lady had won some first class tickets on BA, British Airways, anywhere round the world, anytime.
Right.
So she won a pair of tickets.
Yeah.
So she was taking a mum, I think it was, and they went, I tell you what, we'll go to Bali.
Beautiful.
We'll go to Bali via, and I'm working from memory, I think it was via Singapore.
Okay.
Or something.
Yeah.
So you get tickets to it, and then tickets to it, and it's all done, all sorted, all paid for. You just got to then pay for your holiday, but anywhere in the world, anytime.
So all you've then got to do is buy your hotels.
And
you're off.
Yes, yeah.
Brilliant.
And she won it somehow, but she was then turning it into an absolute holiday of a lifetime.
Dream holiday.
Holiday of a lifetime. And it's
Perfect.
it's no longer called first class, is it? It's something like business class.
Business class.
Or upper business class or something.
Yeah,
like
whatever.
Something like that. And so she was like, oh yeah, brilliant. And so she books it all. She's booked it with her mum. It's all singing, all dancing, whiz bang, well up. Can't wait, fantastic. They get to the airport. They get to go in the special lounge. Oh, lovely, fantastic. And then she is over here. Somebody saying, yeah, I mean, the last time we travelled with BA business class, a load of people got bumped into economy. And she's, excuse me, what? I'm sorry, do you mind me asking, what? Oh yeah, they oversell these. They oversell them regularly. And what they do is they bump people down to regular flights, and they get a refund on the money, blah, 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 blah. And she starts just getting a little twitchy, nervous feeling, thinking, oh, please, this is holiday of a lifetime, take them, brilliant, you know what I mean? We're paying more for everything that's ever done for me, fantastic. Oh, please don't let that be us, please don't let that be us. Guess what?
No.
Their flight on business class is oversubscribed, and they get bumped down.
Oh.
And they said, well, don't worry about it. We'll put you in the first row of economy so you get extra leg room.
Okay.
What you actually got was to see what you should have had.
Yes.
Because the first row was the first. So every time an air hostess came through those curtains, you got to see beds.
Yeah.
Lavish.
The meals that they have
are
very different from the meals that we
Full
get.
bed on what Singapore was that a 12-hour flight or something?
Yeah.
They get the chairs going to bed, these curvy beds and all this kind of thing.
The pod that you're in with its own TV and
anything. So ruined the holiday of a lifetime because a big part of that holiday was going to be we get to fly business class. We never get to fly business class. We're not rich. We don't do that. We don't get to fly business class.
Yep.
Think, oh well, we'll get a refund.
Yep.
And we'll do it on the next one.
What refund?
No refund.
Absolutely, because they'd won the tickets.
Because they'd won the tickets.
Oh, that's just
no refund.
Rubbish.
Oh, well, we'll just offset it. No. Basically, we have BA have given these to another company, but it says in the small print, you can have these and you can give them away as a prize, completely free of charge. But if, God forbid, we find ourselves oversold, then they'll get bumped to economy. And bless them, this couple get bumped to economy. And I'm struggling to find the funny in that. Because I just think, well, that's terrible on many levels. Because what would it take BA to say, I'm so terribly sorry, on this occasion, why don't you meet, we've got some star in why don't you meet them, or, we'll have a word with such as, or we'll do such as... No.
Nothing.
And I thought that was a real shame, because I've always heard really good things about BA and them doing really special things. We once flew BA and they let the kids go in the cockpit.
Brilliant.
They actually let the kids go in the cockpit and put the hats on it. Not when it was flying.
No.
You know what I mean? It had landed, and as we were coming off it, the pilot went, excuse me, do the kids want to come and see it? Yes, they do. Absolutely. By that I mean I do.
You're right. Yeah. If the kids don't, I'm right there.
I'm trying to force my way in. So they've got such a great reputation and something like that.
That's so kind of you to offer.
Yeah.
I'm afraid the kids don't want to see this, but I do.
As I'm barging through into the cockpit. What does this button do?
Stamping your kids.
Yes, yeah. I've got visions of that's what happened with that F-16. What's this button do? I just thought that was terrible. Terrible.
Bless them.
We've just had a laugh, as it happens, but not at their expense.
No.
And it's a shame, because BA has such a great reputation.
Yeah, they have.
So isn't that a shame? What would it take?
What would it take? How many airlines are going bust?
Yeah, I suppose so.
How many of them?
Yeah, quite a few.
Because they keep doing things like this.
Well, yes, actually, and people keep going, well, we'll go for the cheap stuff then.
If
you're not going to give me the luxury,
I'm not going to fly with you anymore.
Yeah.
Because you're overpriced and you don't deliver on, et cetera, and these companies...
Likewise, I wouldn't be going for any of the cheap ones. You know that you now have to physically fight for a seat?
What?
Yeah, they just give you like a plastic... this is my understanding, because I haven't flown it, and I don't want to name any of them, but your EasyJets.
Yeah.
And your Ryanairs. When you go to like... when you go to a changing room, like next to somewhere, and they go, how many? 3. And they give you a big plastic thing that says 3 on it.
Yeah.
And you go, when you come back, they check. Apparently you get a plastic thing like that says you can get on that plane. And at the door, you hand it back over. That is like your boarding pass. It's all for speed. Yeah. All for speed. And then they say, on you go, look. So you
find your own seat.
Fight for a seat. So if you're on, if we went on 2 adults, 3 kids, you're not guaranteed sitting together. And they go, well, it's only a short flight. I don't care. Oh. But this is what you get when you don't pay. You know what I mean?
Terrible.
So it's a double-edged sword.
I was once sat on a plane, and the air stewardess came up the row saying, we've got a couple and their 5-year-old child who have, for whatever reason, become separated on this flight. Would you kindly give up your seat? Yeah, asking this question, and they were asking it wasn't a couple. It was a mother and 5-year-old child.
Oh, right.
Would you kindly give up your seat?
Yes.
Yeah. Would you kindly do this?
Yeah.
This guy in front of me, who was a single on his own passenger, said, "No. I booked this seat. This is my seat. I will not give it up," like that. And I couldn't help myself. I said, sorry, it's a 5-year-old kid we're talking about here.
You were 5 once.
It's a 5-year-old kid. Come on. He went, "It's nothing to do with you," he said. I was sat right behind him.
Yeah.
So for the rest of that flight, I made it to do with me. When you're trying to get comfortable and your knees are just kind of knocking into the seat in front. Yep. I made his journey seasick. Did you keep
getting up? Because every time you get up, you pull the tail a little bit. Just get up. I'm just going in the overhead locker, love. Do you need anything? And then back down again. And then back. I'm back in the locker, love. Do you need anything? Back down again.
I shouldn't have done that.
Brilliant.
Subhanallah.
Brilliant.
Allah, forgive me.
Brilliant.
I shouldn't have done that, but I couldn't help myself.
I had a similar experience.
Okay.
But where they forced me out of the seat.
Okay.
They actually forced me out of the seat. You said, no, you have to leave that seat. I said, why? I said, because the pilot needs to sit in it. It was a BA one.
You've had your turn. You've had your turn. Now the pilot needs to actually fly the thing.
Yes.
Get out, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get out.
Absolutely. Oh, but that, you know what? That was on my list, but it wasn't the one I was going to do.
Okay.
What I was going to do, and it's just an interesting point for me. Apple, Amazon, and Google are having a bit of a spat.
What, another one?
Another one. But this one is about their I keep talking about my Google Home.
Yep.
It's the thing that you talk to. Was it smart speaker? Where you can talk to it, get it to do things, get it to play music, blah 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 blah.
Yep.
I can't remember what Apple's was called. But is Amazon's is the
Apple's Siri, isn't it?
Well, it's Siri. Is it Siri on the phone? I wonder if they.
I don't know.
Maybe they have an Apple speaker then. And Amazon's is the. Well, certainly the one that goes.
It's the dot, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, there's another one. What's the other one? I think that it's got a name.
There is another one.
Alexa.
Who
does Alexa?
I don't know. Is that Google? That's not Google, is it?
No, it's not Google because Google do Google.
That might be Amazon.
Maybe that's Amazon. So it's Alexa, but you get it on the Alexa dot. You might have the Alexa dot, whatever. It's just interesting that they're all arguing over which is best.
Okay.
Now I can say, hands down,
Google.
It's Google.
Absolutely.
Undeniably, hands down, undeniable. It is Google. Google is by far the best. Do you know why?
Because you've got it.
Because I have one. What have I not got?
You haven't got anything.
What have I never tried?
You've no basis for comparison whatsoever.
Absolutely
but
no
you are
basis.
automatically biased because it's yours.
It's brilliant.
And it works.
It's brilliant. I know we don't do birthdays, but my family bought it for my birthday.
Yep.
And it was child number one's idea. And he went, oh, Dad, I love this, Dad, I love this, Dad, I love this. And I unwrapped it and went, oh, it's brilliant. What is it? And I said, oh, you love it. You plug it in, you do this. And I went, so I just talk it. Why? And we set it up, and you have to do it via your phone. So you get your Android, do Google, boom, 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 boom. Yep. And I put in Junaid. And I went, okay, what's my name? He went, your name is Junaid. I went, ooh,
that's clever.
This is quite good. And I got child number one. I said, you do it. And we'd set him up. I went, what's my name? I told him.
Yeah.
And I went, that's amazing. That's amazing. I said, okay, Google, when was I born? And it said, you were born today. Would you like me to sing happy birthday?
Oh.
I just fell in love with Google. It's brilliant.
I just assume every day is your birthday.
Did you hear that? Just blew a thing. Brilliant. That's zombie phone. I get that all day.
All through your house.
All through my house. But it's so good. And this is what I was going to say. Google have just updated it so that on your phone, you used to have to unlock your phone to use it.
Yes.
Now, even when your phone is locked, if you choose to have it this way, you don't have to unlock it.
Like it just did.
And Google just said to me, oh, well, I thought every day was your birthday, and then blew it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
This is the interaction that you can have all the time.
But the cynics amongst us,
yes,
like me, for example, would say, well, okay, so that means it's listening to you.
Yes, all the time.
All the time. Everything
Constantly.
that you talk about.
Everything you say has been...
It hears.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, there have been instances, because my daughter uses hers a lot.
Right.
Yeah. And there have been instances where her phone has just delivered an ad.
Yes.
Into her phone, right in front of her face, which is what she was talking about 5 minutes previously.
Yes.
And that I find quite worrying.
Quite frightening. Absolutely.
Quite worrying.
Yep.
Because is it the case that you now have to be guarded about what you say?
Big Brother's listening.
Absolutely.
Big Brother's listening.
Because they can... And I keep coming back to, well, who is this they?
Yes.
Who's this they that everybody keeps talking about?
It's them, innit?
They've done this, they've done... they're doing this.
It's them.
It's them.
It's the men in
Who
black.
are these they? I don't know who they are. But they can... And, you know, what's the word? The collective...
Illuminati or whatever it is.
They,
yes.
can hear us.
Yes.
Yeah?
And they can.
I mean, if they're listening to this...
this dross.
I'll ask them to subscribe to my channel.
Yes, this
so they can hear more of it.
Yes, absolutely. Get yourself on YouTube.
And while you're about it, get everybody else to as well. Because
absolutely. Nudge all your mates. Nudge all your mates. The thing was, the good lady didn't, when she realised what it was and how it works, because it's listening all the time, because the only way it can recognise you saying, hey, Google, which I'm whispering because my phone will pick it up, is if it's already listening.
Yeah.
And what it says is, it's in like a soft mode, so it's not recording anything, but as soon as it hears that phrase, it turns on. I want to know this is it. And my wife went, whoa, not having that, not having it, not having it, I'm not having that in my house. I went, but your phone's already doing it.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a phone, I buy into the fact you don't get a speaker thing.
Yeah.
But if you have a phone, it's already doing it.
The phone's already doing it.
You have already sold your soul to the corporate devil.
Everybody knows
Where you are.
Where you are.
Who you're with.
Absolutely. And if you think about it, your phone has got 2 cameras on it.
Yes.
So it can see you.
Yep.
And it can also see who you are with.
Yeah.
Because it's got a backwards and front forward camera.
Yes.
And it's got a microphone on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whoever they are, can hear what you're saying.
Yes.
And who you're saying it to.
Yeah.
And where you are when you're doing it.
And see you.
And you've got location.
Yeah.
On
That's
as well.
why we always do these shows in fancy dress.
I'm wearing my banana suit today. Junaid's the upside down clown.
Yes. Oh, would you look at that? Oh dear.
Shall we?
Yes. So, with absolutely no point of reference, Google Home is best. And so, as much as anything,
So said you.
it was that. But the number of people that get up on the high horse saying, "Oh, Amazon," or Android phones are better.
Yeah.
Have you ever used an iPhone? No. But what would you say? What's the best phone in the world?
This Android.
And which one?
It's the S7 Edge.
Samsung.
Yeah.
I would say the same.
Yes, brilliant.
I would say the same. Other things are available. They're just all poo.
Yeah.
They're not nearly as good.
I mean, I know somebody who's bought the brand new Google phone. Yeah. And I can say, why did you buy that when Samsung's are available?
Best. Samsung is bestest.
My daughter, I mean, the word splitter comes to mind. Splitter. My own daughter.
Yes. Does she tread a darker path?
She does indeed. Yes.
Which path does she tread?
She insisted.
Yes.
On an iPhone this time.
You see, that pains me.
It pained me as well.
It pains
Honestly,
me.
do you know what really pains me?
Go on.
The fact that I'm still paying for it.
Yes.
That
I'm not going to give it to them.
And it's £5 a month more than mine.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
But no, she said, I've got a lot of friends that have got this. I want to be able to interact with them on the same kinds of platforms.
Yeah, I get that.
I understand that.
And I'm being facetious. I had the first iPhone, and it was life-changing.
Yeah.
It was groundbreaking.
They are
amazing.
Incredible machines.
Amazing.
Incredible.
It's amazing how once you get something...
I refuse to be a slave.
Well, yes.
To that genre, to that
because they're very restrictive.
Brand.
If you're on there, you can't really put anything else on it.
No.
It's a nightmare where Samsung can do anything.
Anything,
have anything, put anything on it, brilliant.
Yeah.
But it's how people get really passionate. If they drive a Ford, they'll say that Vauxhall's terrible and Ford's the best. And if they drive a VW, they'll say that and we get really passionate about things.
We do, don't we?
Having never, ever talked about or tested anything else.
I know. Crazy what
Freaks.
we do.
Freaks, the lot of us. Anybody that does that is a freak. Is a freak. And as I say, Google Home's best.
Look, listen.
So is Samsung.
Absolutely. They are freaks.
Yes.
Yeah, but I love my Samsung. to the point where every other phone is utter rubbish. Rubbish.
They're dead to me.
I could happily sell Samsung.
Yes.
In fact, if I wasn't doing this,
passion,
I possibly would.
Yes. Yeah. And everybody that came into
brilliant
Car Phone Warehouse or wherever we found ourselves speaking when they bin us from all this, everybody will leave with a Samsung.
Which could be any time now.
Where can we find you? In your local Phones For You shop. Treading the boards.
Flogging phones.
Other careers are available. But not to us.
Shall we
back after this?
Shall we do some of this?